actually talked to the judges just briefly in there, and they asked me about round 7, about the situation. I said, we've got to try to, if we're trying to get the sport going faster, we need to make it from both areas. We need to get the judging to improve a little bit and with the competitors, because we definitely don't want to just slow everything down and stop momentum and then restart, things like that. And they understood that, but it's, anytime you find something new.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for another NSL talk, and we are at Skydive Arizona this time, and it's the Valentine's meet Sunday. We just completed round 10 and a 16-way fun jump.
Yeah, that was fun.
Thank you very much. Yeah. And Airspeed is here, who would not know by now, and we haven't seen each other in a while. What happened ever since October, September last year?
Yeah, it was.
Dubai.
Nationals. No, it wasn't Dubai. Yeah, I was like, because we were chatting, but it was in Nationals.
Nationals. How was your trip to Dubai?
Awesome.
Good vacation?
2 thumbs up.
It was fantastic. It was beautiful.
Come to find out, the Middle East is all right. It was a lot of fun there, actually.
No base jumping though, I guess, or did anybody get
Not
the
this
chance?
time.
Not for us.
Only by a few privileged people.
Yeah.
Somebody jumped from it, I heard.
Yeah, Omar did. He said maybe it'll be available next time we go. They could do like a base competition or something.
Right.
They got a lot of people they can pull strings.
Let's get to our big topic, the 20-point agenda. I don't know if we even should. It's history. It's all over. We saw round 10 already, and this streak is over. Are you sad?
No, it's time to start another one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's right.
Put too much pressure on us. Kurt.
Yeah, it was all my fault.
Yeah.
Actually, it was all Andy's jumpsuit, I guess. Right?
Yeah, it was that booty issue I had.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
You had recently the French forward team visiting here in Eloy for a training camp. Did you do some things with them? Did you go out and have some beer with them? And how was the training camp with them?
It was really good. It's nice to have them here. We really enjoy seeing those guys, and we had just seen them in Dubai, so it was kind of cool to see them again here so shortly after. We did have a dinner with them, which was really fun, and we had a little competition with them. We did 10 rounds in one day, like doing backups and everything. So it was cool.
How did the competition go?
Oh,
I would ask that question.
Yeah. They beat us by 4 points. Yeah, 4 points.
They did. Wow.
I don't remember averages too.
I don't remember averages either. It was in the 23s though for both teams.
Yeah,
They were like high 23s. We were in the middle.
So it looks like it's going to be a tough year this year. We have good competition, a lot of competitions.
I think every World Meet year is a tough year.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Teen 1 point was deducted.
We were going to have to really rip it up to get a 20 on it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there were some areas that, besides the bus, that we could have cleaned up a little bit, that could have gotten us over that,
Pretty close, though. It was pretty close to the 20.
There were also quite a few point deductions, especially, let's talk about this round 7, I believe. There was something with block 18 that the judges didn't like very much. Can you explain what was going on there, actually?
It looked like, well, we actually had really fast 18s that closed on grips each time, and with really nice fast keys out of it. What we found was, now looking at the video, and it's I think a little bit of camera angle and partly just letting the grips clear out from underneath the 2 bodies before releasing the grips, I think is part of it. I think we pretty much take it for granted. Sometimes we know the formation's there. Pretty much everybody else knows it's there, but are we 100% showing it to the judges is pretty much what we need to consider and make sure we're doing what we need to do.
Do you Andy? I know it is Andy Dog.
what's coming.
All right. It was my cow, I know. Do you think that? Do you have the feeling that judges in general, you're the world champions, nobody is scoring as high as you do. Nobody's ever scored higher than 25 average except you. And you had a 25 average here again, without, not counting the point deduction. Is it possible that the judges are looking at you with a little bit different eyes now? They are more critical or something like this? Do you feel that? Or
that's a tough one to answer. I mean, it's... Do we think that sometimes? Sure. But really, I don't know what the judges are thinking. We're just trying to do the best scout outs we can and show it to them as best as possible. It's frustrating when you scored the formation, but you don't get the points on the board.
Yeah.
I mean, in our eyes, we scored it because we all know that the formations were built. But in their eyes, what they're seeing, I don't know. And I do realize that their view, the angle that they see scout outs, is much different than ours. We're seeing everything right in front of us. So.
Yeah, but you also have the best videographer, or one of the best videographers in the world, who's filming you, who actually never flaws, and I don't know how he could improve his video angle. So how could you make these grips visible?
I don't know how we could. The only way to make them visible would be to slow things down. Slow it down, hold on to the formations a little bit longer, and then we can show it to them better. So.
And then have the videographer hold the formation, have the videographer fly around once,
get to the other side,
and then break it and go to the next one.
I don't know. Those are all questions that we're going to ask ourselves when we sit down and have a good debrief of the meet and see if there's ways that we can show those formations.
Yeah.
We actually
I don't know if we have the answer yet.
We actually talked to the judges just briefly in there, and they asked me about round 7, about the situation. I said, we've got to try to, if we're trying to get the sport going faster, we need to make it from both areas. We need to get the judging to improve a little bit, and with the competitors, because we definitely don't want to just slow everything down and stop momentum and then restart, things like that. And they understood that, but it's, anytime you find something new, maybe it's the opportunity you need to present it so that they can focus on it, have a discussion about it. They definitely need to look at the body language of the team going into the block for the finish and how it comes out of it. If there's anybody doing this, like grabbing for something, obviously isn't complete, but if it's moving all together, it's a little easier to have a convincing conversation that way,
Yeah, it's kind of challenging since, the technique has changed a little bit. It becomes more flow, not like the old grip, stop, break or whatever that was. It has changed. Teams, the top teams seem to go more into a flowing sequence, and that makes judging even more challenging.
I think it comes into when you're talking about judging, it's not like they have to see every single grip on every angle. They have to look at the condition of the team and how it's performing, and if it looks like it's convincing, if it's good, not like it's acting, but if you see it because it's moving very quick.
I think that that's where the judging side comes in. That's where they have to make judgment calls. It's not,
Right.
It's like where they have to decide whether, because sometimes I'm sure they believe it was there, but if they didn't actually see the white gloves, they might, they busted. And I think, sometimes they do need to make a little bit, be a judge, not just somebody counting points, just make judgment calls in certain areas. So.
Well, no matter what, it was victory number 22 for Airspeed, right? The training competition with France doesn't count, so that was it 22? Yeah, 22. What's the next competition? And what's
Bedford, right?
Bedford.
Oh, Bedford. That's right. Yeah, Bedford coming up. So I guess we'll see all the teams in the world are in Bedford and chasing you down again. Huh?
Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to make it to Shamrock, but.
Yeah, that's too bad, but it will be a great competition even without you.
You will miss us? Oh.
Well, I will miss you, of course. Everybody will miss you because that's really right now what it's all about. Beat Airspeed, at a meet, and it might happen this year. What do you think?
Could have happened already,
Could have happened, and then you're gonna do it the same thing like with a 20-point streak. You go to the next meet, start a new one.
Yeah.
Is that? You lose a meet, you come back and win the next one.
That's called competition.
It's called competition. All right. Well, thank you very much for taking the time and a good meet and the information. And we see you again with a cream of Manchester.
Absolutely.
Next stop, Bedford.
Yeah.
All
Thanks
right.
for coming out.
Yeah, thanks for coming out,
fun.
Kurt.